Okay, so today is Tuesday, and clearly I'm discombobulated. Yesterday we had the opportunity to hear from the A21 staff and learn about human trafficking, just on a whole different level. And then we concluded last night with a video, and I actually woke up this morning wanting to pray, wanting to write, and I shared with the team that I wrote down that I didn't know what to write. And it's just feeling somewhat overwhelmed and feeling somewhat discouraged because I thought to myself, what can I do to help? And it was just really cool today, I think, talking more to the A21 staff and just learning that one of the biggest things that I can do is to help create awareness. So I was really encouraged in the sense that I'm looking forward to being able to go home, talk to some of my supporters about human trafficking, share about A21, not only with them but with friends, and feel like the Lord will be able to use me in that capacity. So in that way, I'm encouraged and am looking forward to the rest of the week.
So through this trip so far, we've had a lot happening to us. We've learned a lot, we've spent time at the office, we've watched movies, we've done a tour, we've done numerous tours, and we've learned a lot of things. But ultimately, for me, it all comes back to one main idea or thought, and that's the male role in all this. It's just, I find myself feeling compassionate for the girls, feeling sorrowful for the girls, their families, for all the victims, but ultimately it just comes back to why do they need to be there? And the reason that they need to be there is because there are sick people in this world, men, who are out there paying for it. And it's just giving me goosebumps just thinking about it. It just cringes me actually when I think about who is actually going out there and wanting to pay for this crap. Whenever they are, even whenever they want to do it, they go there and they find that the girls are beaten, that they have been tied, they've been raped numerous times, and they still can do it. We've heard stories about girls that had just been victims of a grenade and had lost a leg just out of the hospital and still being gang raped. And it just makes me sick to think about it. And it all comes down to the male role, the males that need this, and how in their own homes they're feeling abused, so they need to find some kind of a way to feel powerful or strong over someone else, and that's why they have these victims, and that's why they have traffickers who need to send the girls into this kind of industry. So for me, the goal, the takeaway so far is to find a way to empower men so that they don't need this, that they can find other ways, more positive ways, more ways that Christ can work in their lives so that they don't need to do this type of thing. And then as we're driving through tonight, through the red light district and seeing all the brothels, it just made me feel so angry wondering about what if this is your daughter, or this is your mother, or your niece, or your sister, or your friend. Your whole mentality should change, and if it doesn't, then it's almost like, what else can we do? And so at this point, I don't know what the answer is, I don't know how I can help, but my goal is to find a way to trickle it back down to the original demand for the industry.
Okay. So yesterday we went to the A21 office, and that really began our education on human trafficking, specifically what that looks like in Greece and why that is significant for the rest of Europe and the rest of the world. And one of the interesting things that we learned about human trafficking here in Greece is that it's so culturally accepted and even encouraged. 15, 16-year-old boys are oftentimes taken to brothels to prove their manhood by not only women in their family but also men in their family. And I expected to feel empathy for the girls in these situations, but I was really surprised to find how broken I was over the men and the boys who are exposed to this monstrosity at such early ages, and we wonder why they come back. We wonder why human trafficking still exists, and I just found that just to be so significant for me, and how that resonated with me. And I think that Jason was talking about earlier, just the need to not only rescue these women and rehabilitate these women in the awareness, but also like raise up men to seek after God first, and the impact that that will have from there on out.
Ευχαριστώ, παρακαλώ. Ευχαριστώ, παρακαλώ. Oh, and then, well, just, oh, ευχαριστώ.